This is it, Taken AFTERBUZZ fans. 1 week left to the season finale. Tonight, the team gets in trouble. Carlos Mew comes back into play. What's going to happen? Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's gonna be me.
Only because episode 9 brings us to our season finale next week, May 1st, because right now it's still April, because next week, it's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
I feel like
That meme.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
When I go home, and instead of
I'm
editing
scared.
anything for any potential real or actual footage, I'm just gonna do.
Put my
I'm gonna
face
crop
on?
that mixed with
Onto
last
your
week's. I like your face.
Oh my god.
I like your face. I
Great.
like your face. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Gosh,
too.
I forgot.
I forgot
I'm bringing
about
it full
that.
circle.
You
You
should
guys.
just take
Oh
a
my
thing of
God.
top ramen and put it on my head. Be like, it's gonna be May.
The jazz hand.
It's gonna be May.
Gosh.
Oh,
We
we're
all go through phases like that in life, don't we? Where we look back on what we look like and we're just kind of like, what was I thinking?
You have no idea.
His just was out there for billions of people to see and
I know.
become wonderful memes for.
I mean, we're gonna see that meme everywhere. Like
Of course,
next week.
'cause it's
But we were the first.
someone
You
had there's
heard
like
it
roses are
first.
red, violets are blue. It doesn't matter because next week it's gonna be May.
What?
It doesn't even make sense, but I don't know.
But
that
it
was
works. It
It
works.
works. You have to do it.
It
Hey guys,
totally works.
welcome everybody. Welcome. You guys know what you're doing and where you're at. I hope you know what you're doing. Maybe not. Maybe you just joined into us. Well, this is what's called the AFTERBUZZ Taken show. We break down every single episode of the series that is a origin of the film.
Hold on.
Of Taken.
Yes.
What are we
I'm
looking
just
at?
losing it because our
All
producer's
the-
pulling up. It's gonna be May.
The memes.
Brace yourself.
Yes.
It's gonna be May.
Brace yourself. It's gonna... I love it. It's the
And
most-
that-
It fits because we're
Creepy
building to
smile.
our season finale, which is next week.
Yeah.
I know. And can I
can't
also
believe it.
just say, I have been on pins and needles this whole evening because I have to go from watching this show.
I'm on pins
Yes.
and needles right now.
and
I don't know
then
what's going on here.
pretending, well, not pretending, I do care about Dancing with the Stars, but
Yeah.
after watching this episode and
Yes.
then having to wait to talk about it for 2 hours,
Well, let's
Killing
not.
me,
I don't want to
Smalls.
keep you. I don't want to
Killing
keep
me.
you waiting anymore.
so
I mean, I'm building for the tension because next week it's gonna be May.
Oh
And I
my
love
God.
May. But well, let me introduce everyone over here, guys. I'm Mike Kalinowski. You can find me at Mike Kalinowski, one of your hosts here. But I'm joined by two lovely ladies who are much more eloquent and better looking to look at than I am right now. To my, I guess you'd be my far left,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have the lovely Brittany McGowan. Brittany,
Hi.
welcome.
Hello, hello.
And now, see, I would love to say that you're the crown jewel, but I have two crown jewels on my
Yes,
panel
you
here.
got two
well,
crown jewels.
can I also just take a minute to say, if you look at Brittany's social media or mine,
I know. It was so nice.
Brittany is is in the running.
Right. It's like, yeah, it's like in the running, a social
to
media
be-
thing.
Did you hear about this, Mike?
Well, no, I don't lurk on social media.
We all
especially
lurk.
my
Do you
co-host.
not lurk?
My
No, we
co-host.
all-
You're my
I kind of
co-host.
lurk.
You're
We
my
all
you're my
lurk.
co-host,
I'm the
and I
lurker.
would then see like your girls' Instagrams and stuff that pops
Right,
up, and I
right.
was like,
Brittany
ugh, oh.
is gonna be.
It's
is gonna be the next. Is gonna be the next Sports Illustrated.
I saw that. I was like, you're so yeah. What are you doing
and
with this? You
Tanya,
put it
thank
out
you
there.
so much for reposting it.
Yes.
Thank you so
Tanya.
much.
So what do like you're going for Sports Illustrated?
So
So like
basically,
it, share it,
Right.
blast it everywhere.
So basically, what it is, it's just a contest that they opened up to. Not, I want to say like the public, but you just made a video and they're gonna go
Put
through
yourself
all-
out there.
Right, exactly. I almost didn't do it because it's like.
Well, then
embarrassing.
you guys that are
No.
watching this or listening, you have a responsibility to lurk on her
To
Instagram
lurk.
page to go to like that and get that up there.
Brittany_McGowan.
So we got a swimsuit model, Sports Illustrated. We got
Fingers crossed.
Miss, was it Santa Monica?
She's going. She was first runner-up, which is amazing.
but still,
We'll
I
get
don't.
there.
I don't consider that.
Yeah,
you are in my eyes.
literally.
But I have some cool DC news because I'm
Well,
gonna
throw
be
it out there.
hanging out with Wonder Woman this weekend and
Wonder
coming up.
Woman's movie opens in 2 months, but the month before it opens is gonna be
oh
May.
my gosh.
Just so you know.
I have a feeling
we
this is
gotta
gonna
get
happen the
through
whole
May. And then it's gonna be
May. All right, so we know that we can find Brittany at.
Brittany_McGowan.
We can find myself at Brooke Lacey H on all social media.
What's
Yes.
the H stand for?
Hamburgers.
I was gonna
No.
say hottie. You
No,
ruined it. Hamburgers
no,
is better.
God.
Hamburgers is better.
My last name is Humphrey, so but
Oh, okay.
you can't put Brooke
Oh
Lacey
my
Humphrey all
gosh.
in
Oh, you
thing.
could.
Did you watch
but-
Gossip Girl?
I loved him, and I was like, growing up, I was like, I could just marry Dan, and I wouldn't have to change my last name.
Exactly. That's you probably
Nah,
didn't
I
watch
don't-
Gossip Girl.
Over my head.
Such a good
loved
show. It's
it.
never
was
too
so
late to start.
good. It's never too
But
Netflix.
speaking of good shows to watch, Taken.
Yes!
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you. So you had something to talk about with Wonder Woman, but
I will be hanging out with Wonder Woman a lot coming up
I'll
this
bet you
summer.
will. Yeah, it's going to be a big summer for
excited.
the superpower little lady. Well, not really little lady.
Yeah.
The special lady.
Amazonian.
Yeah,
Okay.
the fantastic one, we'll call her. She's awesome. Anyway, but you're right. We got a show to talk about here.
Right.
You guys don't want to hear about us. You want to hear about Taken. So we're going to get right into this. So you girls are dying about this episode.
Oh, his favorite
Are you
episode
not?
ever.
I have to say, and okay,
What?
hold on. Don't boo me yet. Not one of these episodes was ever going to go, that wasn't a really good episode.
Right.
Some shows I do cover, I'm kind of like, oh, that was a rough one. Not at all. But not one of my favorites. And I don't know why, because you girls
Maybe.
I don't know why.
I think it's because you have been liking these unexpected twists and turns.
Yes.
Right.
And this
And
was,
so
we kind
this
of knew
one-
which way this was going.
But not that I
maybe.
knew where it was going, but I was like,
That's a good
let's
point.
get it back to Mahia, because I've been wanting.
Right.
Okay.
And we got at the end, the creepy neighbor girl. Her name is.
I forgot her name.
forgot her name,
I'll look
too.
up when
drawing
we're
a
talking
blank,
here.
but,
I know. I had it written down.
I forgot her name too.
She came back, and I was
came
wondering
back.
what she's been up to.
Right.
So,
Right.
So let's.
Yeah, maybe
take it from the top.
because this was more kind of like
I loved it.
it's the tie-in from the very beginning, and
Yes.
it's all the threads are coming together because we are
Right.
building to that season finale. I guess maybe because last week to me was probably my favorite so far.
I liked last week, too.
With the spy and the Israeli spy and the Alzheimer's. I love that episode, but I did love the beginning because we had Callie back, and it was a nice little scene with them because I was kind of like, what's that? Maybe you know what I'm gonna attribute that maybe I didn't find this is one of my best favorite ones is I didn't watch it with you girls. Usually we watch the shows together beforehand here at the studio, but I was given a screener on
that
that
really
on that thing. You should,
Did you hear how long I took that?
That's okay.
Oh.
That's all right. I
And then
appreciate it.
creepily-
Yeah, I didn't watch with the girls. I watched it at home. this
Yeah, you
week, and
can't do that next
It's
week.
killed it. Yeah,
You-
I got the
Next
screener for next week, but I'm not going to do it because I
No.
didn't like
Next
it. I'm
week
watching
we need
it
to
and
have
going,
a
I
big
don't like
old
this.
party.
I'm going
Yeah.
like this.
Because it's going to be the season finale, and it's going to be May.
Gotta be
Exactly.
May 1st.
Yes.
So we had Brian and Callie, but it was kind of a dream sequence, and kind
It
of
was.
he was kind of like it's his conscience, playing with him because it's
Right.
kind of like that, he's telling her like we've got they want Mahia for a transfer, and I've got to let him go, and she's like the guy that killed me, you're gonna just let him go.
Yeah,
so it's
she's
kind of like
whoa,
it's kind of a little
like
bitchy about him.
attitude. I was like, okay.
But again, I think that was playing on his own. He
Right.
knows this is not right. This sucks.
Right.
But is the voice of his sister. But that was really interesting to, and it brought Callie back because I know we're always talking about her, but to see her again, for the audience, it kind of the sister. That's really important. That's the
Right.
reason what he's doing is what it is.
Exactly.
But we find out that Riley calls him and he wakes him up and says, "Hey, there's this big transfer happening," and we find out that the FBI is taking Mahia.
Right.
And we find out that this was authorized by the White House. So this is from the tippy top, the big guys up there.
Because supposedly the Mexican government
Right.
found out.
Right. So they are going to,
like transport him
transport.
to like a federal
They have to
prison.
transport. And we
Right.
then in between the Riley and him waking up and the FBI them talking about it, there's this scene with
Right.
was it Gary and Maureen?
George and Marie.
George and Maureen.
Salt.
Which, for a second was really weird for me.
Me too.
I was like, okay, we didn't really get who they were.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? Just two random people.
Right.
But again, it does what the show does so well. It flips it on you.
Right.
Because I figured he was the kind of important one of the two of them there.
Oh my gosh, I
way it's
wrote
done.
that.
Did you?
You know what I loved? I
What?
loved that he got kidnapped and she didn't get
That's
kidnapped.
what I'm saying.
and
It flips what the show
Societal
does so well.
norms of,
I
like,
love that.
I feel like it's always like, oh, take the damsel in distress.
Right.
Girl.
Yeah,
So
it's-
nice.
And she was like the general, the main one.
Yeah,
I
She was
loved
the
that.
breadwinner of that.
Yeah.
This show does that so well because, back to we got, I forgot her name, but it's Harry's wife that died, that now Christina's kind of with. But like that was a female role, and Harry's kind of side through. And then last
Shade.
episode, the agent, it didn't matter that it was a female, like the Israeli with Alzheimer's, but it was such a great role, and they put a female in that role, so it was
Right.
just a whole nother. The show really does that really well.
I love that. And a
balances it.
female
the team
president.
is female president. We've got four? Well, four girls, 4 leads, and 5 guys. So that's a split, almost 50-50 for
Right.
cast. So I think it's great that show does it, but it also kind of flips our expectations because like, okay, what's this guy do that's so important that he's going to get kidnapped? But then the cool thing is, the OD and I finds out they're like, how did they know we had Mejia? Like, how did the FBI know? Like, they're like, who talked? And it was just no one's like, everyone's like, and Brian's like, oh, fuck.
Literally, I thought Brian was gonna spill the beans.
Like,
I thought he was gonna be
well,
like,
I knew he
okay.
wouldn't because he's all he's doing a little
talk.
pillow. Did you just say pillow talk?
I just said
That's what I
pillow
was gonna
talk.
say.
Exactly.
Pillow
the
talk.
song.
Pillow talk.
Pillow
Right.
talk.
Cue the
Because
song.
he's got a little bit of pillow talk.
Do you know what song I'm referencing?
I have no
Zayn.
idea. Zayn?
That's his name.
Who is that?
He
Is it a boy band?
He was in a boy band.
He was
Which
in a boy
band?
band, One Direction.
Okay.
But now
Aww.
he. Oh, I love it.
Did Pillow Talk was the name of the
Pillow
song?
Talk. Yes.
It's a great song. It is a
Pretty
good jam.
popular
It's a
song,
good jam.
actually.
I did not hear that one.
I'll,
It's kinda not on
I'll
my-
send you the link in our
Not on
group
my
text.
playlist, I don't think. One Direction.
That's not
Oh,
bad,
One
that's
Direction.
not
Is that the group? That's the English group, right?
They were like really big.
Harry
at the time,
Styles,
and
right?
then
England
he-
over there.
over there, those guys over yonder.
So.
Anyway, so Brian then heads back to Asha, and he gives her the little business, what for's it. He kind of
Yes.
laid and, giving her the business.
He like opened the door all aggressive, and she was like,
I would have been
"Okay."
like, sit yourself down.
It's like,
take a
slow
breather.
your roll.
Okay,
slow your
relax.
roll. She'd be like, slow your roll, son. And he's like, pissed off, man.
He was so mad.
He does what I like to call, what my friends refer that I do, is he came in hot. Like
Oh yeah, coming in hot.
Coming
yeah,
in hot.
totally.
He's coming in hot.
For sure.
Oh, do you come in hot?
I do that a lot. Because usually I'm driving in LA traffic, and
Yeah.
he gets me hot.
That
like,
is hilarious.
No.
I had a friend from out of town in this weekend, and we drove to Big Bear, and she saw me get hot sometimes with the driving. Oh yeah, man, yeah, it's the traffic here. Those of you guys in LA don't know it, but
Oh, it's brutal.
it sucks. But so she's like, whoa, calm your tits.
Right.
Settle down, Brian. Maybe
Seriously.
it's you. Maybe what did you
Maybe
do?
you got
Maybe
hacked.
all your security and all this. How did you not know? And then he does that slow turn to the camera.
To the camera. What, did
Now-
you like that? What did you think? Too
Well,
obvious?
I don't remember, because that's her place. And then Brian, was it her?
No, it's his place.
See, so why did they put the cameras in? Because I thought it was her place that they were under
Because
surveillance.
he was so nervous. He was like so paranoid.
Wait a second. No, because
I think that is his
It is-
place.
it
It's
is-
his
yeah,
place because he had
her
the picture of
place.
Callie on the wall
yeah,
when he
it is
opened
his
the door.
place, and it was different because he moved from the first episode. He didn't have that house kind of in the woods.
But
Right,
also,
But
do you think Brian...
when did they bug his house? When did they get in there?
What do you mean? They did it.
They did it,
way
like,
back in the
episodes
day
ago,
when
yeah.
Into Brian's house, though, because I remember them doing it to Kaylee's house.
I think they just did like
No, they did it
both
to
at the
Brian's.
same time.
Did they?
I thought.
I think they did it both.
I think there was an
Almost
episode maybe where he was off and they knew that he was out.
Right.
Was
I
it the
don't
deleted
remember.
scenes? Maybe.
I'll have to go back and watch because then I was kind of like,
Because they were watching.
why does he got cameras in his house? I know he would do it to Kaylee's to keep her safe.
Also, do you
But-
think he put that obvious of a camera in
I don't
there?
get why you put it in.
Exa-
Yeah, that was a little.
Like you're a
well, he just wants to watch. Well, that's true because there's
You're a
someone-
real good spy, and you're gonna
Right.
put like.
That was a.
like a big
Yeah, I'm curious on that
camera
one.
you
I'm
see
not
in like
sure.
a garage.
I'm not sure, but
It's true.
he finds the bug inside the camera.
Right.
So he's like, "Oh,
And then
sorry, Asha, I was
She's like,
sorry, my fault, my fault,
she's
my
like,
bad. I'll go get you
"Too
some
late
coffee and
now."
donuts."
Exactly.
She's a little pissed.
was mad.
And then we cut to George getting kidnapped.
right.
Right out of his Prius he was driving, parked it really nicely, and then the van comes up and kidnaps him. George.
it.
Poor George. So then, Asha and Brian tells her, so that
Right.
then this kind of forces Brian to come clean.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of wasn't having it.
I liked that
did you
though.
think,
I
ladies?
loved that he was so honest. When I was watching,
He's not
the scene-
honest, though. He's been lying to her.
But he just like laid it out on the line, like
'Cause he
just
had to.
everything. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's fine. I never thought of it that way. Call me a sap, but I was sitting there like, oh.
All right, Sap.
I was like, oh, that's
You
nice.
were okay with that, but you don't like, I like your face? Oh.
He told her he like was a government agent,
Yeah.
like craziness.
And I answered only
So
I
like
answered
your
to the
face?
president. And did you see when she was like, the president? Like, that's what impressed her. The president?
She did do
Yeah, she took it like the president.
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna sound horrible. And this is definitely a girl question,
Well,
and I think she's absolutely stunning. Asha is
Oh my god,
beautiful.
her skin.
But did you think tonight, for some reason, they made her look really old?
I didn't pick up what I saw was her like skin, I don't know, skin goals. I just want her to come here so I know her
normally,
regimen.
But tonight I was like,
And her hair is like
I don't
perfect.
know. Tonight, the way they made her look, they made her out to be this like. I felt like they
More.
aged her up a bit, but maybe I'm just tripping.
I think that might have been something they've done all season, like
Yeah.
building, because how young she was in that pilot, where you're just kind of
Right.
like, oh,
That's
you're
what-
his sister's age. This is, remember we always were like, this is kind
Yeah,
of
that'd
weird.
be
If they're
kinda
going to be a
weird.
romantic thing.
Yeah.
Right,
I think they've
right.
done a good
That's
job
true.
of making her mature to him, because he's very
Like, up to
mature
his.
looking. Like I think
Right.
if he shaved,
He's a man.
he would be a lot younger looking, but he definitely looks older than I think that he is on the show.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think they maybe just matured her up a little bit.
So
Because I
she
like, because they
feels-
do now. They look good together.
They do look good together.
They look really good together.
Stephen called you a sappy sapperson.
I'm a sappy sapperson.
No.
I'm sorry. I totally was like, okay.
The president?
That was me. I was like, the president?
Yeah, I was like,
That is hilarious.
Well, but he was eating his words. He had to do it. At this point, he was kind of like, well, cat's out
Yeah,
of the bag.
because she
I gotta
wasn't
do
going to
it.
leave. She was like,
Yeah. That was a little bit much. You're gonna break up with them over just this? That's why now.
That was like-
now you're gonna break up with them?
Tell me you love me and
Yeah.
I won't go.
All you girls throwing down your ultimatums.
Sapperson.
But then George, Maureen, we find out is the other character. Maureen gets the call.
Maureen.
Maureen, right?
Marie.
Marie, yeah, you're
Marie
right.
or Marine?
Marie. Marie.
It was
For
a Marine?
sure.
Are you
For
sure?
Marie. This is
Marie.
wait, Marie. It was for sure Marie.
I am going to look this up right now. We're going to
Yes,
this. I'm going
look
to try
it
and do
up.
both.
Marie.
Ladies, all right, so continue. We'll talk about
We're in
this.
a strange
Marie. We're talking
mood
about
this evening.
George Salt's wife, right?
George Salt.
For sure.
You
Marie.
think it's Marie Salt?
It is
Marie
1,000% Marie.
All right, well,
Salt.
we're going to find out right
Yes.
now.
Marie.
Hold on, I'm going
Did
to
you-
look this
did
up.
you say
But so he
Marie
gets
Salt?
kidnapped, and that's when we find out that the kind of roles were flipped, and we have the OD9 and the FBI have the meeting kind of setting up what's going to
Right,
happen. And this is a
right.
little bit of a power struggle here. Would you say, ladies, in that they were in the airport hangar there?
100%.
So what are your thoughts? What you're thinking there?
I mean, I obviously knew that wasn't going to sit because they made clear lines. Okay, it's going to be mostly the FBI.
Right.
But I knew that the OD&I was going to there was going to be something
Yes.
that was going to
they weren't
swap
gonna be
the
sitting.
roles.
Yeah, they weren't going to be sitting there sidelined.
Exactly. So I just assumed. So even they said, I was like, oh, that's nice they think that.
But
Because it's not
Did
gonna
you
end up
cheat and
that
look her
way.
up before?
Huh? No,
Yeah, that's right.
just-
All right, fine, it's Marie.
Yeah.
I wrote Marie. Gosh, my hearing's
Maureen.
going. Fine, Marie. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
You know what?
That would
Because
be
we
a
have
cool name.
subtitles when we watch it. That's why.
I didn't have subtitles.
Exactly.
I mean, that would be a cool,
Marie,
unique name.
Marine,
Marine.
it is
All
what
right.
it is.
But were you guys shocked when you found out she was FBI?
Yes,
Yes.
I was. When
Because-
she walked
yeah,
out,
because-
oh my god.
So they're in the hangar, and what was his name? Martello, FBI Director Martello. He
Right.
was kind of laying it out, and then he
Right.
goes, so Marie Salt, you're going to be the point person. And then she comes charging, and you're like, oh, that's why they got
That's
George.
why I thought that was such a good way for them
Yeah.
to because we got it immediately without them having to tell us anything.
Right.
We're like,
I
oh,
think that
that's
was really
why.
great. Yeah.
It was really great.
So then they have to kind of, now she's in charge of what the logistics of what the plan are going to be. Of like, we're going to do this, we're going to transfer here.
Right.
Your team is staying behind. And then Bryan kind of calls Christine and he's kind of like, we have to stop this transfer. Something's not right. He felt
Right.
something was wrong with all of this.
From
and it's
the
like,
beginning.
yeah. So if
So did Walt, her friend.
Walt was
he
weird.
was
This
like-
was a weird character.
He's kind of like
Walt.
Donut Man.
Yes, he was like Donut Man. It's
Right.
like he had the kind of like, and I don't know if it's just a aesthetics thing to me. He kind of had like the shaggy moppy hair. I'm like, he didn't look like an FBI agent to me.
You didn't trust the shag.
I didn't trust something about him.
I
You know
didn't
who else
trust.
has a
I
shag?
didn't trust something about him
why,
either.
why didn't I? Is
No, I
it
said, you know who else has a shag?
What is
Justin
that?
Timberlake.
It's good.
Not anymore. Now he's got it high and tight. The side part. Thank you.
Thank you for
Oh.
that.
But
Oh my god! But yeah, he was very.
it was just
suspicious.
weird. Yeah, something was off with him.
I honestly was waiting for him to be in on it the whole time.
Was that when? No, it wasn't. It was later in the episode where she's puking. He's like, she's like,
He, like,
oh, and then he's
showed
like,
up in the-
"Oh, hey, girl." I was
literally
like,
in the-
dude, you're in the girls' strip bathroom. What are you doing there, perv?
I was like, dang, okay.
I would have been so creeped out.
Yeah,
on another
not even a-
level.
Okay.
Marie, you okay in there? You okay, Marie? No, that would have been. He's like,
He's just
Mike
waiting.
coming
He's like,
in.
oh, you're okay?
you all right?
Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Like
that was
Mike
intense.
coming into the girls' bathroom.
Yeah,
I
I just was in there. It's like, hey, girls, we all right? We all right here? Just
We got a
checking.
show tape.
Just checking. We got to show. Come on, girls, let's go. We all right?
Seriously.
Can I hold your hair for you?
Oh my gosh.
No,
And
creepy dude.
Yeah,
Creepy.
he was. He was. A
So
little
maybe
much.
were they, okay, so I guess we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but do you think they did that on purpose to make us kind of get the heebie-jeebies about that guy? Like, something's not right on him.
Or just
Like
add.
he might be part of the transfer, like, you know, Mejia's people. I mean,
I thought that
there was
at a
something
certain
there was something
point.
shady about him.
But that's like towards the end, so I'm not going
yeah,
to
that's
bring
what I'm
it
saying.
up.
Okay, we'll talk about it then when we get there.
Yeah.
So then Bryan though gets smart. He implements a tracker. Sews a tracker. Literally sews a tracker into Mejia's overalls.
Yes.
So he's
Well,
not
he asked
stupid.
Christina. He's like, "Hey, can you get me in front of him, basically?" And
Okay,
then
yeah.
he sewed the thing, and then they had the whole exchange. It was really intense.
Yeah, so that Bryan and Mejia have an exchange.
That
Right.
This
scene.
scene.
That was a really
You know,
good
and it's
scene.
still, I know, we know we've talked about it. We know it happened. The casting switch, it still kind of
Bugsy?
hangs with me. I don't know why. I think because I knew, like, I didn't know, but the guy that was originally the pilot, he looks like a guy I know. So every time I picture Mejia, that's what I picture.
Oh, so it's not.
So this guy
Yeah.
does not seem like Mejia to me because he was not there for that inciting incident.
Ooh, but I will say
It just doesn't seem like Mejia to me.
he is a grimy,
He's a great actor.
slimy
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
he's great.
Not him personally.
Right,
I
right.
don't know.
What he's doing.
But that character, like that
he's
whole time, I was just.
I didn't like him. I hated
Yeah,
him.
and what he says, he's like, he'll never rest until his son is avenged, and
He was like-
Bryan will never
exactly.
stop until he's
He's
dead.
like basically
And
like,
what he
He's
says,
like, "You are
you'll-
mine."
You'll
yeah,
always be my
you'll
prisoner.
always be my prisoner.
And you're just like, oh.
Also,
They were
damn.
going back with like strong one-liners. Like
I
was
wrote in
like,
my notes when
okay.
he was like, "Come closer."
I
There
would
is
have
no
never.
way I would have been
No.
like.
Same here.
But I think Brian's
He's like,
like,
I
"All
have
right, you want me
something
closer? You
personal.
want me
He was
closer,
like, I have
pal?"
something personal.
He's
to
like the
tell
Grinch.
you.
There's no way I would come near that with a
Never.
10-foot pole.
I agree. I was like, why?
Yeah, it was good though.
No.
Great exchange between the two of them, which has
Yes.
been building all season.
That was an incredible scene.
Wait, but he
As
was,
actors, I loved him.
ruthless. He
Yeah,
was like,
he's
you know,
he's Mejia.
I told your sister.
Oh.
He's like, I told your sister, or that this was from
And
your
then on the
sin.
second
Yeah.
shot, she knew.
Oh,
And
that
he's
was
just sitting
so
there, he's like, "You
low. That's the kind of stuff that when you're like sleeping at night, like 3 months later after
Yeah.
all this is blown by, that you think about. Like those are those like really like rough wounds. Am I
Yeah.
thinking too into it?
No,
I
I-
felt
No,
like
it's
that
like
was
when
really
you break up with
intense.
someone or they break up with you and they say
right?
stuff.
And you're just like,
And
you
you're just
think,
like, well,
you
months
think-
later, you're like, you said that. It's still in my.
I like your face.
No, that's when they break up and you're just like, my God, that one time though he told me
I
he liked my
like your
face.
face.
God damn, he was good.
Oh my
He was the
gosh.
keeper.
He was a keeper and I let him go. Hey.
That is hilarious.
No,
But
but
yeah.
So-
that was an incredible
Great scene.
That
It was.
that
So okay, so now this Lex scene kind of was weird to me because Marie meets up with Bryan and tells about the husband. This I didn't get. Like, the only reason I think I could see it is because she knows Bryan's history with Mejia. Like it was personal. So now it was personal for her. You know, she opened up. She didn't tell anyone else. She didn't tell curly-haired FBI guy. Was his name Norm?
Walt.
Walt. Even his
so
name,
creepy.
Walt.
His name was
Walt.
Walt something like.
Now look it up here.
I want to say Jenkins.
Walt
Janky
Jenkins?
Jenkins.
Walt? No, you're right. Walter Jenkins. You nailed it. Walter Jenkins. Good for you.
Oh my! What a name!
Good old Walter
You know what?
Jenkins.
Next time when we get a new dog, babe, if you're watching, that is going to be the name. I
Walter
think
Jenkins?
Walter Jenkins. That's so cute. Does no one agree? Is that bad?
What are you gonna have him have like a
Walter.
like a?
oh, but saying Walter.
He's
no.
got to have like some shaggy hair going on.
Walt Jenkins?
Walt
get him some
Jenkins.
aviators.
It sounds like
It reminds me
You
of
can nickname him
Leroy
Wally.
Jenkins. That's what it reminds me of.
Where's
Oh
that?
my
That's
god!
that video on the
I
internet,
know.
the Dungeons and Dragons or World of Warcraft thingy where
I know he's like,
yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty funny.
I'll send you. I'm gonna send
You
you.
can
the
nickname
link.
him Wally.
Wally.
Oh, Wally Jenkins.
See, I think that's a great name. Thank you, Wally.
Look, I'm just trying to think of what this scene. I mean, I know why we needed it. We had to let
I
the team
think-
know that about the second half of what's going on here.
I liked it,
But
For
it was
me,
it was
like
a
relief.
weird.
I was like, thank God, because at this point she was so closed off to him when
Yeah.
Bryan and I felt like it showed. It showed at first for me. I was like, okay, wow, she really is. I don't want to say humanity, but she just really she goes back and forth, and I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked that about it because
Yeah.
who wouldn't? Wouldn't you?
Right,
Like
sure.
you're
It showed
struggling.
Definitely human, and just to watch that battle, even to the last minutes of the
Second.
episode, you know,
Yes. I
of
loved
her going back and forth. And
That is true.
Speaking of last few seconds,
Right.
I'm eager to get to that situation because
Yes.
how could that have?
Well, we're getting there. Settle down. Settle down. We're getting there.
Settle
So the
down.
team
I'm
makes a
like-
plan to go get George Salt. Odie and I tracks, was it the last 10 phone
Yeah.
calls
Phone numbers.
in this one guy's phone. And we find out that it's to Bob Landers.
Wait,
I got that name right.
Yes, you
Bob
did.
Landers.
These names, but can I just go? Can we go back? Because they found
We'll go
out that
back.
his friend who went to MIT with like set him up, and he was like, oh, come in early for a meeting, and then they took
Bob Landers set him up.
Yeah, exactly. But when they got him,
Yeah.
they were so ruthless that they immediately killed the guy, the suspect. They didn't have
No,
a
they
name
didn't
for
kill
him.
Bob Landers.
No, the guy who took Bob Landers. Remember, he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
immediately killed him.
So when they got him outside, they
Right.
said, "Hey, we know what's going on. Get to your car.
Right.
Walk. Don't
Right.
run." And then the guy was there and caught him. Mejia's people.
Immediately.
Oh yeah, he's a bad guy.
But then immediately Mejia killed his own people like on the,
Oh,
just like
sure.
on the spot. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa,
No witnesses. They clean
was-
up the loose ends.
that was crazy
That's
to
what
me.
happens in the spy world.
I
Clean up the loose ends.
know. That was
loose
nuts.
lips
Mike
sink ships.
knows because he has one.
That's what happens, girls.
Girl. Yes, I like that.
But Bob Landers
man.
is caught. But then that is kind of a dead end because
Right, he's dead.
no pun for that one. That was so smooth.
Oh my gosh.
Dead end.
Dead end.
Your face.
You were waiting for
I'm
it.
my own best audience, ladies. You
Oh
haven't figured
my
this out by now?
gosh, that
You
is
figured this out yet?
hilarious.
I can make. Hey,
I'm
Yes.
gonna make a
Victory
compilation reel of all these fabulous moments
of
because you
my
are
faces?
on fire this evening.
I
Yeah.
am on fire.
Yeah.
Because I'm just excited because next month it's gonna be
May.
Oh my
May.
gosh. I love
Count how many times we've said it. In
I
this
don't
one.
even know if
it.
they got the May
Definitely
counter.
at least 10 or 11 times.
So then
for sure.
get a
now are
Twix
we at
for
this
every time
point?
I say
I'm trying to think. So we have the team it's three-way split. We've got Rem, John, and now was it Scott with the convoy, or was Scott with Brian?
I think what?
Scott,
Dave. It was Dave, John, and Rem. They were with Marie
Mm-hmm.
and Mejia's convoy. Scott and Brian were Scott, Brian, and I think Becca was with them.
Mm-hmm.
Was catching Bob Landers. Riley, Ferran, and Christina are back at the base. So usually
Right,
we got
right.
a two-way split. We had a three-way split going on in this one.
Right.
So then they tracked because they're trying to get Marie's husband.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then the convoy with Mejia, now this was kind of weird. Okay, so our convoy's going to meet the plane, but then now did you get the vehicle that was behind them with Walt stopped? Like, did you see like they were doing something in the computer? Who shut that down?
You mean so that was when, maybe call me just like off, because I never thought about that maybe they did it. I
Yeah.
thought that was Walter. Wait, no, not Walter. I thought that
Yeah, Walter.
yes, the creepy friend.
See, I
was
didn't
like,
get
wait
what's
a second.
going on here because they showed the guidance system
I
of
thought it was him.
the vehicle, and then it stopped.
And it just went down.
into the ditch.
I was
and
like,
then the
Walter,
team
no.
goes back and grabs Walter, and I was confused what was going on at this point. I was kind of like, what's going on here?
I think because they knew that Walter was going to
Rat them out.
snitch,
If-
right?
because they were they were going to fake make the switch.
Right. But what happened with the car? That's what I didn't understand.
Someone was going on their computer and it disabled it, but maybe our
Oh, maybe
team
that's
and
it.
the lead car
Yeah.
did it to the reverse car.
And then they had to they
Yeah.
were like, okay, make
So
sure
they
no
grabbed
one
him,
else-
slapped some duct tape on him, and threw him in the van.
With Mejia.
With
That was
Mejia.
hilarious.
That was a little weird. Right
Mejia
next to him.
looks over like, okay.
Yeah. So then the plane that's coming in to pick me up is early. So that Brian and the team have less time to find George.
Right.
But they've tracked
3 minutes.
Yeah, they tracked him down to a
Warehouse.
warehouse. So, but we got Rem and John and Salt were having that argument about, hey, we got to give the team time.
Mm-hmm.
But if it comes down to it, we have to give him. We don't
Right.
negotiate with terrorists. You are an FBI agent. You need to do your job. That was tense. That was kind of like,
That
and
was
because
so
Rem's always
intense.
got that. He's that guy that's like he doesn't care. He's gonna do his job. So it was he's of all the team, he's the least that I would think you'd find sympathy with. So she was not gonna get the sympathy there.
Which
But-
that was really intense. Because I feel like, if it was you and it was
Me,
up to...
personally?
Oh, yeah, and your husband
Okay.
or wife or whatever, for you,
Oh, yeah.
husband, for you, wife, like... If someone was telling me that, would you go along with, we don't negotiate with terrorists? Or in her stature, in her position,
Right.
maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
But
and
that's
also
hard.
those moments where, like, I couldn't believe they just had her taking him by one cuff, Mejia, just like,
That is true.
Yeah.
I think if you have this
Right.
armed dangerous world-wanted criminal.
Right.
I
Right.
certainly wouldn't just be like, have him on a little leash, like, okay, come on,
She
Mahia.
did have
Yeah.
him with one cuff. Yeah.
I mean, this was kind of like we had
That's
three
one
things
guy.
going on at once here. So
Right.
Salt grabs Mahia, basically saying, at gunpoint saying, I'm going to do this. I have to do this for my husband. The plane's getting ready to land. Mahia's men are coming out. Christina gives the kill order to John and Rem, saying,
Dude, everyone's
Mahia is the only
expendable.
one that should be alive, or that needs to be alive if something goes down.
Yeah.
Wait.
But that is totally in her character. That is her
okay,
thing.
Christina. Holy
And that's
crap.
where we see that Bryan gets it from later on.
Yeah.
I think that's where
Dude,
he's starting to pick up these.
savage. She literally was like, everyone is expendable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And meanwhile, Bryan and the team engage in a gunfight, kind of,
Casually.
what's going on, and they find Mr. George Salt, and that was kind of cool. He's like, "Drop your weapon." So Bryan's got to drop the gun, and then I think it was Scott that came in and shot him
Right after, yeah.
down, and they got him, and they're calling on the comm. This was
I
another
didn't
thing.
like this part. Tell me if you think. Tell me. No, just tell me.
Okay,
I'm ready. Yeah,
I think we might be on the same page because, so you've got
Wedding.
Mahia at the plane.
I hate
Mahia's guys at the plane, guns out.
Let's
You've
see.
got Marie with Mahia, gun to his head, and then you've got Rem and John back with their guns on
Right.
them. Christina's saying they've got him, we've got him, which is great. I don't know why Salt didn't have a earring piece that was on the same channel.
You're
I'm like,
right.
why are they doing this back and forth right now? Why is she not on the comm?
Because she was like, she's the
she's
general.
in charge.
She's
They would all be at the same
charge.
frequency, but.
Oh.
I mean, I know why for thematic reasons and why it was good television, why she didn't. But I was just kind of like, that took me out for a second.
a really
and
good-
again, it could be because I watched so many shows, like, we've seen these situations
Right.
always happen.
Yeah.
But it worked because of course John and they would say, oh, we got him. Of course she would say that, but why would she believe them?
I just didn't like that line. What was
Well,
it?
they
Like,
said,
ask him about.
ask him.
That's what we
ask
ate
him-
on our wedding.
Well, you had to do
That
that.
was too. Okay, I do understand that, but I
That
felt
happens
like.
in every movie when they need to ask something
That goes up there with-
no one ever know.
But I just felt
Goes
like
up the
in
way.
I like
the
your face.
moment.
Yeah.
in
What did he
that
say the first
moment-
date? He says he liked your face. Lets him go.
I
We know.
mean, okay, so I get it. Like, I totally understand that was the way that she needed to know
Right.
that they had him. But I feel like in that moment, the stakes were so high. Like, she has like a gun, guns are drawn. People,
Yeah.
I mean, this is intense. And then she's like, "What did we eat for our wedding?" Like, I just feel like it wasn't a natural.
Yeah.
You wanted
Maybe-
just a different line.
I wanted something
And
different.
then, like, it would have been enough to be like, you didn't have, you eloped. Like, that would have been fine.
it wasn't like
And
fried
then
clams and
fried clams.
it was too much. Or we didn't. Yeah, it just was too much. I thought.
But, yeah.
Okay. Did bother me. Did bother me, but all right, ladies.
Is it? I feel bad.
I
Am I
mean,
being picky?
No,
No, it's not being
don't
picky.
know.
It's up there with well, it's not as high as I Like Your Face, but it ranks up there with.
You know, I would say this. I almost said film because sometimes it feels like a. But
no,
this
absolutely.
show has a lot of really great lines, and so they're bound to like.
I'm
you
gonna.
know,
You can't win them all.
No, you can't.
right.
So,
exactly.
you know,
So I'm.
It
yeah.
didn't bother me, but it bothered you.
We
That's
do
all right.
secretly love the I Like Your Face line.
I'm gonna do a I'm gonna do a
like
Twitter
your
poll
face.
and see how many women would love to hear that.
Like,
from a
I like
guy.
your face. I mean, it's
Or guy or
okay.
girls. Girls hear from guys. Guys hear from girls. I'm gonna put a Twitter poll out. We're gonna
Okay,
see,
in the
ladies.
chat, what do we think about
I like your
I
face.
Like Your Face?
I'm really good at my intuition on my polls, ladies. Just so you know, I usually win. I'm just
Okay.
telling you.
Okay.
You do
Coming in
polls
hot.
often?
I had one this weekend. It was a good one. I won.
Wait, what was it? I want to know.
I not to sidetrack real quick. I just was talking to a girl who I've known for many years, and we were talking about dating. And I said I was gone on a date. And she's like, "You kissed her?" I was like, "Never would kiss on the first date."
I
Oh, you did
love
a-
that.
And I said the second date,
Oh, I agree with that.
and I
love
won.
that.
Over
I don't think
over
you
like
should
100,
have-
175 people
Good
voted
job.
in. Second date was the winner.
I
Absolutely.
agree. I agree.
Absolutely.
I actually
pick your
didn't kiss.
shoulders.
My boyfriend and I.
Thank you. There it was.
We didn't kiss until like the third date.
Well, that's a little
even.
too much.
Yeah,
That's a little- that's a little
that's a little
crude.
too
That's a
much.
little
No, but that's I was the same way.
Oh,
That's
well, you
why
girls are younger, you know.
that much younger.
That's all right.
Seriously.
Brian and Asha, I think it was the second date they kissed on.
I think it was the second date they. No,
I
no,
think
no.
they-
You're right.
did
You're
they
right.
sleep
They
together on the first
They
date?
did it. They did take their time.
They
Which I
did.
liked
They were a little
that.
slow burn because it was a sister.
Right, right.
But so this kind of you kind of feel.
burn.
I sidetracked
You
this. I'm sorry,
said-
guys. That was my fault. So
I love it.
we have this whole big fight. You know, this happens. They have the secret word that they have.
Right.
Then they get into a gunfight. Smoke bombs are going
I knew
off.
this was gonna happen.
Now I'm thinking.
This is what I.
Now I'm thinking. Well, first of all, I thought George died. I thought because we didn't see like when he shot him and he went down, and then it cut right when Scott turns the corner and he shoots him and he went down. I was like, oh, are they lying that he's alive? I was like, oh, that would be the team though to do something like that. Yeah. But he's okay. But gunfire happens. Christina's okay, or not Christina. Maria's okay, but Mahia's gone. Gone.
Suddenly,
And of
within
course,
seconds,
literally.
Mahia is
But-
out of sight.
Literally.
No.
They've got the tracker on him, which is good.
And they were in the middle of a field. It's not
I know.
like
It
he
was a little
in the
weird.
forest
It was a
where,
little
like,
weird.
And
you
he's
could,
in a
like,
giant orange jumpsuit.
suit.
Right. It was a little weird.
But I was bummed out. I was like, are you kidding me? And then, of course, Brian's like walking out feeling like, job well done. Like, we got everything.
yeah.
And then she calls him immediately like, hey.
Yeah.
He's on the list.
She didn't even say it right away. She was like, hey. Like, take a second.
Hi, girl. Hi.
We lost him. It's like...
But Brian has the tracker, so he's all right. I got it. So he takes off.
I have a question
What's
about
up?
this, though.
Okay.
Did you guys think that secretly Brian would be happy? Because I feel like if they lose Mahia, that means, like, he put the tracker on. He gets to find him himself. It's no longer about, like...
That's why I don't think, because he really didn't seem panicked at that point. He was just like, he goes to Maria, he's like, I need a truck.
Yeah, Brian wants to. I think he wants the victory himself, and I want him to have.
He doesn't
the
want. He's not even a
too.
victor. He just wants to kill him.
Absolutely.
I think he was like, oh, yes, fair game. Like,
Yeah.
now I can go
Oh,
after
you escaped?
him.
Okay, here we go.
Right? Let's do it.
Also, our producer says she likes it. She likes the "I like your face."
Thank you. Thank you, Alexis.
That's one. That's
I
one
think
vote.
It's one for me.
I think it's cute, but it's like, I don't know.
All right. All right,
But
girls.
Mike could make anything
not-
work. Mike could be like,
We'll see. I can make it. It's gonna
I'm
be
biased
May.
because there was a guy at a park that was like, "Hey, lady, I just want to let you know your face. I like it," and that was it, and walked away.
Oh my God.
and you're married now.
No,
That was that.
My
that's a little
fiance's-
creepy.
yeah.
Like, I hope
Hey,
it's
lady,
romantic.
lady. Hey, lady. You don't know me.
lady.
I like your face.
I like your face.
I want to wear it.
that's what I was expecting.
That's
after.
what that sounds like.
No.
you gotta be
My
like
fiance
holding
was
them. It's like I
much
just
more
hey,
subtle.
kiddo, I like your face. Guess yeah. I don't
He
know.
said I want to wear it.
Yeah, lady, your face.
Oh.
I like it.
I would.
I want to wear it. I want to wear it.
Oh
Well, that's as creepy
Well,
as
Alexis,
the
I'm
guy
glad you
that
still have your
li-
face,
that,
Alexis.
my
licked
Thank
his-
you. I like my face.
Yes.
That was as creepy
Yes.
as the guy that licked his.
I want to wear your. Hey, girls,
That
girls.
was-
Hey,
Mike,
girls.
keep your universal horror face back.
Girls. I like your face.
Oh my God.
I want to wear it.
I would
wanna
literally
wear it.
die. If someone said that to you, what would you
Wear
do?
your face.
Put Norman
I
Bates
would
away.
run away.
Mike.
gonna
Stop!
wear
You're
your
scaring me. And
Creepy.
you guys don't know
See,
we could really.
You gotta,
hear him
you gotta
really well
use
in
the line
headphones.
good, guys. Don't ruin the
Oh
line.
my gosh!
You just ruined.
If you
No.
want to say you want to wear anyone's
We're off the
face,
rails. You're gonna wear someone's face?
That's horrible.
Yeah, you don't want to wear their face.
That's a red
It's serial
flag.
killer stuff.
Don't.
No.
That's serial killer. No, that's like past serial killer. That's like sociopath, like major
Yeah.
problems.
I didn't say I was gonna
So
say it like
after
that.
Taken Wraps next week, can we just until season 2? Can we just have weekly chats?
Sure, let's just
Yes.
weekly,
Where we talk about
weekly
pickup
together.
lines.
pick up
Yes.
lines and
Sociopath.
we can make it the whole month of May.
Not to completely derail, but I
What's
think
up?
my favorite pickup line that someone ever told me, like some guy came over and he's like, "Excuse me, did you fart?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "'Cause you blew me away." That was his line. And he's like, "Hi, my name is Michael." And I was like, "This is weird." I mean,
is
it made me
weird,
laugh,
but okay.
but like, no.
Oh
Yeah,
my
what is the creepiest pickup
God.
line that you've ever heard?
I don't get
gotten?
pickup lines on me, so I don't know.
I can't even think.
We're gonna have to think about that.
Yeah, I have to think about it.
Chat,
I think that's-
chat roll. If you're listening, chime in. Let us know what the
Creepiest
creepiest
pickup
pickup lines are.
I think pickup lines in general are
And we'll
creepy. You
share
could just
them
say
too.
hi. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Is that weird to people?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Hello.
I'd be like, hi.
So
That's
I like your face. I want to wear it.
That's
All
a
right.
negative.
All right. I've got to get us back on track here because
Okay.
we're talking wearing people's faces now.
But at least he knew exactly where he was because the tracker.
But now we sidetracked to Riley and Ferran. They have a little. They get out of the office. You know,
They
they're
do.
So we
Field
find
trip.
out because they found out through the phone numbers and whatnot that the Asha's neighbor, the sheep. My God, why do I not know her name?
I don't remember.
Elena.
Elena.
That she was part of Mahia's cell. But we don't know. They don't know it's Asha's neighbor, but we as audience members do.
Do they even know Asha at all at this point? They don't.
No,
Because they were just like,
no,
oh,
they don't know her. They were never introduced to her. But then Asha is delivered some carpet.
Can I just tell you what
That needle,
Wait.
I literally
Now,
no,
okay,
no,
now
no,
here,
no.
hold on for a second, real quick.
Brooke, all I wrote, Asha got rocked.
Asha
That's it.
got robbed.
Dude,
So,
she
but okay, let me
literally-
take you through this, girls, because.
Oh my gosh.
And this goes back to when the character was introduced on the show. That was the show that I saw with the cast at that screening.
Right.
And they introduced the actress. They're very similar, like in stature.
Elena
and Asha.
Right.
They both have like the really thick curly hair. They're both very their body types are incredibly similar. So when the girl was going to the door, I thought it was Elena. I thought it was our team knowing that she's bad. Going to the house to kidnap her. No, to kidnap her.
Oh, like they.
I thought that was the Odie and I with the fake guys. It's like, oh, you didn't notice because they were just showing her shot from behind. And I was watching it on my computer. It's kind of far away. And it wasn't until they turned the camera around when she's like, I didn't know her carpet, that I saw, oh, it's Asha.
Also, don't
Yeah, it
you
was
think
weird
it's
for me.
weird that as
Okay.
skeptical as Bryan is, and after he just realized, oh, my house has been bugged, do you think it's weird that he was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave Asha on her own without?
I'm
weird.
gonna spitball kind of that he was so preoccupied with the fact that this whole thing was
But
going
he
on.
really cares about. Okay, is it weird on Asha? Because I know if it was that, so he told me I work for a secret.
Right.
You know, I report to the president,
Yeah.
and we're being bugged,
Yeah.
and this all came out, and he is
But
coming
okay,
out.
no, I'll say
Would
this.
I be like, I want to be alone?
I would say,
I'd be like, don't talk to me.
I
but
also
I'll
have
be
a
here.
peephole, and I never answer the door for strangers.
yeah, it's a weird
How are
one.
you not gonna know there's a
But-
rug at your door and you
Rocked
didn't
her
order
with
a rug?
He took that carpet and whopped her.
And then the needle.
And then she tries to get away,
But she actually
and then
does
Elena's
pretty well.
there.
She did good.
With the needle.
Do you know what? I think she would have went through her. I think she would have made it through her. But I think that she trusts her. So I think when
But it
she
was that
opened
second
the
of,
door,
"Oh,
she was
my
like,
friend."
"Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're here!" And then I was like, "Ugh."
So then, so they have Mahia's men have Asha. Bryan finds Mahia.
Mm-hmm.
He was just sitting in the car and he just like pulls up with a gun. He's like, I gotcha, pal.
Right. That was
And
funny.
so now we're kind of like, he's you got me. Phone call rings, and Mahia's like, you probably should answer that.
Oh.
Because they're driving him back. Bryan's bringing him back, and he's like, you should answer that call.
I bet you he
And
was
it's
so
Asha.
excited to say that.
It's Asha on the phone, and at this point, it's like Bryan pulls out the car, he
Dude.
pulls him out of the car, and it's just like, you don't hurt her, and so now this was weird, like
I don't. Yeah.
because Mahia says she's my insurance now, as long as nothing happens, if something happens to me, she's dead. But then Bryan lets him go.
Just
so I
roll
don't
out.
understand what I do, girls. What's going on here with this?
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't you keep her? Because wouldn't you keep Mahia? Because it's like, okay, I'm not going to kill you. He didn't say you have to let me go or she's dead. He said she's my insurance policy.
Can Brooke
As
read,
long as-
read this what I wrote?
Please,
You just let him walk away? OMG.
I literally wrote that.
OMG.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Why did he let him just
I don't
walk
understand.
away?
This
Wait,
is-
he drove away.
Yeah, you got to
That's
let him in the
even
car.
worse.
So I'm curious, like, because he says, she's my insurance. If anything happens to me, she's dead. Well, Bryan's got him in custody. Bryan doesn't have to kill him, and Bryan can let the people know,
Yes.
it's like, he's still alive.
Right.
Yeah, that's also not a smart move because
So there's no insurance anymore. Wait, he's gonna kill
What's
her?
the point? 100%.
She's done.
100%.
That brings us to the end of the episode. So we can kind of segue into predictions. What do we got? This
Predictions. Brooke has 5 new gray hairs on her head.
AfterBuzz
After tonight's
TV
episode.
predictions.
I know. What do you think? Do you want to listen to a hall? I was doing like a circle.
doing
But you want to
spirit
do this
fingers.
thing? This is like the dog pound, right? I was doing this, like a rounding up. Let's get it going here. This brings us into predictions. We got one episode left. Next week it's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
So I think we've called it before. Asha's dead. She's done.
They're definitely
She's
not
done.
going to kill Asha 1,000%.
You don't think so?
My jaw will
started
drop.
having a stroke. There's like.
Dude, you guys, I will.
I
you
think
have
she's
to watch
dead.
it with
I
us.
think I'm not watching with you girls.
Oh my
I think she is
God.
dead.
No, she's not.
Yes, I
No.
predicted it like 2 weeks ago.
You think he's gonna
everything
lose?
that's happened so far that I thought is going to happen is coming true.
Oh, can
That
you
is true.
imagine?
No, I can't
Can you
imagine.
He loses his sister and then
Because
And the friend.
okay.
The two people he loves.
You need
Oh
because
my
you
Where
need.
are his parents through all of this?
I miss his parents.
Oh
They were
wait,
so
can
nice.
I say
loved
one
his
thing
parents.
before we have to wrap?
Say it.
How did you guys feel? Did you guys catch? Oh, you may have not caught it because you didn't watch the.
I didn't watch it. I didn't get the sequel.
Do you know what
next
they
week.
showed us?
What?
Him on the phone. I will find you, and I will kill
You know, someone
What
said,
did you
"Hey," they
think
finally
about
said the
that?
line, and I was like, "No, I didn't hear it."
He said
So it's in
he's
the-
gonna
it's-
say
it's
it
in the
next
screening for next
episode.
week. Good.
I cannot wait to get everyone's thoughts on it because I don't even know how I feel about it yet. I have to watch the episode, but I didn't love it. But we will see.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm also hoping that maybe by next week we'll know if there's a season 2.
I know.
Girls. I honestly, I think it'll be end of May. I think it'll be the end of May because they're gonna do what's called the
May.
upfronts where they kind of produce. Although we are now with a looming writer's strike, which will not be a good sign if for anything. But if this writer's strike goes, which like the writers have voted 96% to strike come May 1st, that could really hurt. Actually, it could work to our favor because a lot of the shows that they might want to get, like these pilots, won't be able to get to series, and we've already got a show that has an established audience. So if the
Maybe.
strike is over and they can kind of ramp it up really fast, actually, you know what? It might. Let's think positive. It might.
think
It
positive.
might.
Jen and be
It
like,
might be
hey, convince your
a
husband not
great
to strike.
thing. Yeah, that's true for the show. But we got to get out of here. We've talked too much.
Okay.
We've talked about Taken, love, wearing your
Pick a
face,
line.
wearing your face.
face.
Ladies, where can they find you at?
Brittany _McGowan on Instagram.
You can like my face on the gram.
On the gram.
See what I did there? At Brooke Lacey H. And
Guys, you can find me at on Twitter at Mike Kalinowski. And ladies, I do like both your faces, but I
We
wouldn't,
like
want
your
to
face
wear them.
too.
I like your face.
I would never wear
Thank
them.
you for that.
Guys, thank you for joining us. One more week, season finale, 10 episodes. Be here next week. We'll see you guys then.
See
Bye,
you
guys.
next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
It's gonna be May.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.